Good afternoon and welcome to our class. My name is Sarah Gonzalez and I'll be the instructor of our course. Over the next few weeks, there's been a change in instructors, so my apologies. I am new to the class here in Module 2, so we'll just go ahead and move forward. I did post, let me go ahead and share my screen. I wanted to let you all know that I did post my contact information here. So if you go to here's your tab here. If you go to course menu and if you go to announcements, there is my contact information. So please let me know if you have any concerns or questions or anything. This is my first time teaching the biology course, but I do teach the lab. So my name may be familiar if you've already taken the lab, but typically you don't take the lab before you take the course. But again, I'm very familiar with biology. I do teach biology or have taught biology in another program here. Typically, I teach the environmental sciences, and it usually goes along with biology anyway. So there's some background information about me. You can connect with me as well as on LinkedIn. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns. And again, my apologies for the change in the instructors here. So you've already completed Module 1, so I'm going to go ahead and start grading that this week for that. So if you go to Module 2, what is due for Module 2? So Module 2 is going to get a little bit into chemistry, so don't be too alarmed. You don't need chemistry as a prerequisite, but it is a very important part of biology, especially as you look at macromolecules, micromolecules, you look at those nutrients, those fats and cholesterols and things like that. So it's kind of important to take a look at that. So for your readings and resources this week, be sure to pay attention to chapters 2 and 3. Chapter 2 is going to take a look at just chemistry, just basic chemistry, looking at organic building blocks of matter. And then chapter 3 is going to go ahead more into monomers and forming those larger molecules, which we call macromolecules. There's also some supporting information here about the subject here. So there's 2 videos and an additional webpage for additional resources as well. So what's due for this week? Your discussion here is you are going to explain why macromolecules like food and water are important at the cellular level. And then consider the equation, food plus water plus something else equals life. So in your opinion, what would be that something else? Would it be oxygen? Would it be some other type of molecule? So explain why. And then in your responses, you're going to discuss that 4th type of macromolecules, nucleic acid, essential to our diet. So explain why. Make sure you review the list of elements indicated in the food label here of your choice. And are nucleic acids indicated, and should they be indicated in food levels? So in food labels. So make sure you complete that. Remember, your initial discussion is due Thursday, and your 2 follow-up responses by Sunday. And then you have an assignment as well too that is due, the journal, The 2 Faces of Carbon. So here you're going to look at what are the properties of carbon that makes it very essential for life. So after you take a look at these videos here, or this video here, these are the 4 items that you're going to address in your journal assignment. Make sure you review the rubric. The assignment should be between 350 and 450 words, and submit it in PDF or Word format as well. And then here is a web page. So you'll provide references. So if you ever have questions, and I'll post later on the semester, maybe in a few weeks, about APA and formatting. So here's some references and how you find reliable sources, and then also final project topics. So your final project topic is due next week in Module 3. So here's a list. So that way you just kind of, there's nothing due right now for the final project, but that way you're just kind of aware of what is coming up and just be thinking about it at least. So again, your what's due for this week, your initial discussion post by Thursday on food and water equals life, and your 2 responses by Sunday. And then your journal article or journal assignment, really, reviewing this video here about the 2 faces of carbon, and that is also due Sunday. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to some really great discussions online this week, especially seeing what that number X is going to be in your opinion.